I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
Sense. It's probably just me, you, Christoph, and Michalis. Anyway, hello to everyone and anyone. Hello, Alex. Good to see you here. Greg, we can see the screen. Well, you will in a second. I've sorted it out. Yeah, nah, my apologies. Well, again, it's because I'm abroad and things are taking time and I'm screwing up, and that's all right. We haven't really started yet. It's all just kind of precursory, right? We're just blabbering about mm, everything and nothing. So we're gonna get into the real meat on the bone in a second here. So, since now I know you guys can see the screen, and I've done rambling about KTOS and how I fucked up and how I predicted the whole movement, and you can ask in the community, of course. By the way, since we are already there, yeah, that's there's secret numbers behind the community, very very secret numbers. So yeah, you got to see that. I'll delete that part later as well. So before we get started, although we've started like 9 minutes ago, right? And I've fucked up like so many times, it's just hilarious at this point. It's just this is not a professional show, ladies and gents. This is not professional by any means, as you can see. So this is my beautiful Patreon, right? This is patreon.com investory, right? You can see that beautiful animation we have here. It's a data-driven analysis group, team, community, call it whatever. You definitely should join, and you will be in the know of such analysis, or like KTOS, just like as we said and we had originally, and you will be in the know, and you maybe will listen in the first place, and do as you will, and not f up when I make a mistake of getting out when the analysis was already done and then ended up being absolutely correct. Hi, Howdy Casey. Hello, Coda. Hello, everybody. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I've been just effing up left and right. So, not sharing a screen, not having audio, you name it. So don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. Hello, nannies. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Hi, 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 hi. So today we're gonna make up for lost time because I've been behind on a lot of lives and a lot of things in a way, and lots of crap happened recent month, including the market going bananas. Um, to those who know and think we've neglected and stopped talking about gaps, nor have gaps stopped being important, come on, boys and girls, ladies and gents, we all know gaps are important. Even if the market takes its sweetest time, the gaps will get closed. We have this current gap, and we already have this wonderful structure that is going on the 30 minutes that is pointed downwards. It's just like I say oftentimes and remind how the ship is turning around very, very, very slowly. We're gonna go over all the time frames. Don't worry about it and talk about everything. So SPX, 1 minute. The market is closed. Those who wonder, today we had a short day. I think we have another short day tomorrow, or no trading tomorrow. I'm not. Correct me on that, everyone. Um, so right now, what we have is already overbought conditions on the 1 minute, which is not that interesting, but that means the next session will probably open up by slowly teetering downwards. That's on the 1 minute. On the 5 minutes, you can distinctively see how this whole structure is a descending kind of wedge structure. It is quite visible as you can see that sort of formation. Yes, it takes time, and sometimes we're going to have another extra impulse right there screwing with us and just taking more time to achieve the very same thing that it was doing before. So nothing all that special, really just killing off more time. Okay. So let's look at our beautiful. Well, let's actually remove all that junk just so we're not gonna have. I know it's not a professional show, boys and girls, but I'm gonna try and keep it as professional as I humanly possibly can. So 30 minutes where things start to stink really badly, and I can tell you that I warned about all these gaps and all the signs and how the technical indicators are yelling and signaling at us with full force how all these gaps will soon get closed. We were on the sort of brink of breaking down for quite some time, and we got another push. That's not also surprising. We still are moving within the framework of this current channel. As you can see, not all that special. Still, we will end up closing all these gaps fairly shortly. Why do we say that? Because the higher time frames, the higher that we go, 45 minutes, which is a longer duration process, implies for the very same thing, it just taking its sweetest time. And it's very unfortunate how unpleasant it is for the average participant, for the average market trader, investor, whatever you want to call yourself. It doesn't matter. These are just, uh, curse words. um, just jargon we use in the industry that obviously people misunderstand, misuse. Those in my community already understand. I've already lectured about this multiple times, and again, I highly recommend to join the community where I explain these things in depth. And it takes, we have ad-free content that I make for the community. In fact, let's just go over Discord for a second. This wonderful Discord thing that we have here. Somebody's probably been yelling. Alex is yelling at me. Alex, thank you, you beautiful mother lover. I love you. Alex, you're a brother from another mother. I miss talking to you so much. So these are, by the way, the testimonials for the academy, the one-on-one academy. I currently have 2 spots available, which, by the way, will get locked very, very, very soon, one way or another, if people take them or not. The one-on-one academy is actually a pretty cool thing where actually I meet with you one-on-one in this particular channel right here, like I am right now in there right now. You and I, whoever you are, will schedule according to your convenience. We'll meet up on that channel. I'll teach you one-on-one. This is something I'm going to reinitiate in full force after the 7th. By the way, those who don't know, here's a secret community announcement. I'm going to be back home around the 7th or 8th. So basically, it looks like closer to next weekend, we're going to be fully back to normal. Shout out to all my community members who held, held the community together while I was busy and really contributing and discussing and doing and everything. And yes, we do have a lot of fun things that I have just mentioned, the members exclusive, which we had a lot more, it's just that was arranged in different channels. You can kind of see we have a lot of member meetings. Am I not showing something on the screen? Am I? No, I'm showing. I'm showing. I think I'm showing. I think I'm showing correctly this time around, Mikhail. I am showing. I'll get to over all the messages after I'm done. So yes, we have all sorts of cool channels that contain all the advanced meetings, and soon we will start the academy meetings when I'm going to be back, which means is a group meeting for all the members where I'm going to be using all the tools that I teach in the academy in the one-on-one, going over various assets. We're going to be basically going in depth on various individual assets. So yeah, you definitely want to take part in that. And to take part in that, you definitely need to be a part of the community. Join via www.patreon.com /investory. That's how you join. In fact, let me put it on the screen just for one last time in case somebody missed it. Here we go. Here we go. Now you see it. This is how you join, and also this is where you inquire about the one-on-one academy in case you want to know what it's all about. Let me just remove that little banner for you. This is the one-on-one academy. Don't worry, I'm not gonna forget to change screens. Don't worry, I'm gonna change screens. We're gonna continue with everything. Um, July 4th, and New York Stock Exchange is closed for it. Right, so we're fully closed tomorrow. It's no short day. Gotcha. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Thank you very much, nannies. You are a beautiful, best admin here and in the community. All salute to Mama that is helping me a lot here. Christoph, likewise, you're a legend. Thank you very much. All right, so yeah, that's how you join the community. Again, patreon.com /investory, and then you'll be in the know. You'll know about KTOS, Kratos Defense that we spoke about. You know what the premise of the analysis was, how and what, and you'll not be in the dark. In fact, realistically speaking, most of my members probably were not that in the dark, and I know some of them got caught off guard by this movement. And even I myself am quite surprised at how high we've gotten. Realistically speaking, this is a structure I've spoke about before, and it more likely than anything appears to be a double top a bull trap. Some of you members know from the academy, from the one-on-one academy, where I taught you exactly what sort of structure that is and what it implies. But before we continue with and sort of do some, Greg, do we do tickers today? Yes, we do, Christoph. We're going to be doing tickers. We're going to be doing lots of stuff. I'm sorry that I'm kind of jumping back and forth. I have a tiny screen that is only 17-inch and only one screen. You guys know I normally work with two big wide screens, so this is very very inconvenient, and I'm trying to do my best with what I have. um, so let's continue. On the 1 hour, we are still seeing that very structure of changing forces, the convergence divergence. Basically, our momentum is fully stuck to the ceiling. It's almost like a seismograph that is only able to measure four, up to 4 points of Richter scale, and this earthquake is 5 or 6. This is far stronger, basically. This is kind of what this is implying, and so the momentum is stuck all the way to the ceiling, right? So right now we're kind of having both buying and selling going on in full force. Yes, absolutely, Christoph. Thank you very much. Do use the star. You do use this little thing when you do want to put a ticker on the screen, so or on the chat. So I'll go over it. Now, before we get there, also some very weird and abnormal phenomena. Again, it's not that weird. It is possible. It's just not very common to see that sort of behavior, to see the momentum stuck all the way to the ceiling this way on the stochastic RSI and not give it all. But if you are objective and you're going to zoom in very, very carefully, you're going to realize that something very interesting going on within that structure. We basically had all along, as we normally seeking, these three peaks that normally represent what we know inside of price action as some form of a head and shoulders hidden inside. In this case, we're probably getting the head, not the shoulder, of course. Now that we're going to be moving downwards with a corrective movement up to what seemed to be our medium, potentially retesting 6251, and only then continuing a drop. So now if we go to the daily, if we really wanna, let me just clean all that mess up real quick. And if we go to our, looks like I made a lot of mess. Let's just clean all that up. Go to our daily. What we're seeing on our daily, again, it's also completely ran through and just going bananas. We're now at 97.94, 97.94. Again, sort of the same example, but we're seeing convergence, divergence. The forces are slowing down, and normally, as we know, after running through a period of this, we normally start to turn around. So it is only a matter of time until our momentum basically gives up, or we have less buying than selling, and eventually the market gives way. Now, if you notice, we have something very similar on the weekly. Our weekly is also overbought. Basically, what we are overbought on all our time frames, and here starting to appear that very same structure that I was mentioning earlier, that double top bull trap, which you can kind of see this entire area as the previous top. Why? Because if we go to the monthly, we will see that as basically a singular top with a severe drop, with a higher high than before, and that actually exactly how a double top bull trap looks like. So we had this high that we now exceeded, and I want you to be attentive to notice how really we are actually being stuck on the median. If you think progression wise, we've been first at the ceiling, right, at the top of the channel, and now we've went all the way down. Now we went all the way to the median, and this is just basically a part of the progression of making a gigantic head and shoulders, which I warned about in advance. We're basically having this gigantic structure. The only thing is we're still seeking for that high point, which can, we said multiple times, can end up being, let's say, 6,388, which is very close nearby to 6,400. Yes, these handles could be achieved, but we are just 1 second from turning around, as you can see on all these time frames. We're just about to give up, and yes, it completely ran higher than normal, but we still are about to give way. And I mean, again, don't, or rather, we can only do as much as cry me a river later than saying, "Oh, Greg, what do I need to do now?" I don't know. You see, as an analyst, what I do is I predict and analyze these things far ahead of time. I'm not gonna be your babysitter and run after you and look, you remember that thing that I said a month and 2 and 3 ago? It is still a very much actual. In fact, I'm just progressing with the analysis as I am able to analyze 3 months, 2 months, whatever I'm able at the time to analyze forward. I'm talking to about what we're seeing forward, not about what we're seeing underneath our feet. You have eyes, don't you? Right? Kind of thing. So really what we're seeing is that progression towards the breakdown, which we also know is very symbolic when it comes to our stochastic RSI, that we in fact are below the 50. Yes, we are. We can see our K kind of, which is our green line, is above, right, is crossing that 50 at the moment, but as you can see, our D is far behind, 32, 35, indicating this whole structure can easily turn around, which it's probably going to do, given all that bearish momentum that will be on our doorstep in a minute. It's basically all already in the barrel. It's just a matter of just one little thing making it break down. Notice what's going on. It is all very stretched and completely overbought for far too long. And once this starts printing in, the smaller time frames start doing what they're doing bearish wise, this is going to print in, or rather take part or come through, going to be visible through the larger time frames, because these are not immovable. They react to what's happening on the smaller time frames below them, and subsequently this will give way to all that bearishness. All that will pan out into our monthly, which will start flipping over and then showing people that really what was going on all along, we were still on our way down. It's just a process or a channel, and this is a mere representation of that process that we have within the channel on our way down. And as unfortunate as it is, it still it was able to create a double top bull trap, but that's exactly what it does. It entices the bulls to buy thinking the rally is going to continue, which which then in reality just breaks down. And yeah, I mean, you can look it up on the internet, right? Some of you will actually take the 4 seconds to look it up. It's called double top bull trap. You will be able to find it. And then normally the second peak exceeds the previous one just by a little bit. And by doing so, entices and confirms for the bulls, or so they think, that it is a buy, when in reality just it gives way and breaks down. And we know this has to do in our community. We've discussed this and had multiple meetings, and I'm going to have far more and more and more meetings talking about these things, about these grand cycles that take place in the market. How do they look? Why do they behave this way? Basically, anything and everything I can talk about and explain to these processes, so my community understands these and are not worried and are not as blindsided by these sort of price action as everyone else. Right. Right. Oh, fucking brain don't work. Brain don't work. Right. We've gone over the Independence Day part that I'm being stupid and behind and forgetting everything. Okay, I don't think I missed anything. Greg do the triggers of the year surprise and how we got it. It is high. It is absolutely insanely high. It still doesn't matter. The structure, as you know, will always come through and will play out. And this overall structure, which, by the way, those in the community and especially the academy graduates know, there is a far more complex way to look at things and use completely different indicators that are far more useful at identifying these various movements. And what really is going on within the following sort of process that you see here is actually part of a cyclical um, action that just is completely natural to the market. It's just that it is like seeing a tanker turn around. That, if you will, the captain can turn the wheel, or the you know forgot, but the wheel all the way to the left or to the right. Go take a nap, rest, come back, and it's still going to be turning. So it's going to take a long, long, long time. The market does not care about how impatient the average person is. It kind of does, actually. Ironically, it does. Once we get impatient, we start executing, capitulations start to happen, and this is when the institutions start to buy up from us. That's, in fact, actually, it has everything to do with that, but I oversimplified things, but just for the sake of continuing. So let's start with an example, which we can look at, of course, IREN. Let's look at IREN. Let's look at IREN. IREN, you said, right? Okay, I think we already gone through this analysis based on this little wedge that I drew here. Very interesting. So my analysis brought me to say that we're gonna have some movement. We were somewhere around here, it seems, and I said we're gonna be doing this up and down, up and down. Well, below and behold, check this out. Although my drawing doesn't perfectly go in line with what I drew, with what happened, but you can literally see up, down, up, down, up, down into that sort of wedge-like formation, and then we broke out, moving still around the channel, tested the bottom, and now we are above the top, and we're running hot as all hell, at least on the daily. That means this thing is about to give way, at least. Let's see on the weekly. We got confirmation that very same thing. It is completely far too hot. It's basically running hot. It's about to turn around, flip over, and become bearish, and so it's going to be going down. Appears to be that this has very nice correlation with the market, and so we're probably going to be going down at least. Let's look at your 12 and 11 area. So I'm predicting it's kind of going to be doing that sort of thing. Kind of, sort of. Okay, so later in the future, when we look here, I will know what I predicted. Kinda, sort of. I'm saying down. Down, 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 down. We got that. Tariffs. Michalis, I spoke about, look, we don't know what's going to be happening with tariffs yet. The big, beautiful bill, that is. If it's not going to come through, people will be taxed out of their asses, basically. It's going to be completely horrible, which, as you can imagine, will hurt people's purchasing ability. Purchasing ability will hurt the underlying of any and all companies. Only the staples will do. Inflation will still peak slightly, but then start to subside. That's actually a good thing overall. Why? Simply because there is not enough purchasing. Basically what we need to see is the consumer break in order for inflation to subside or at least come down to earth, become a little bit more normalized. What we need to do is actually see the purchasing power of the consumer get hurt a little bit, and again, the tariffs are not a certain thing. So there's a lot of noise about that side of things. There is a lot of noise about what's going on between Elon and Trump. It's just basically a shit show, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not looking at it, because having a real analysis and prediction based upon Trump's tweets on or Elon's tweets and all that shit slinging war and the shit that, sorry again, I'm probably, this video is gonna be so demonetized, damn it. Um, that goes on online. It's so wasteful and just a waste of time, and I don't do that. Black Mamba, good to see you. So I don't speculate. 1-1. 1-1, test test. So my headset just gave out. That was fun. We're still gonna persevere and continue. Today's gonna be the craziest live ever made. By the way, thank you to all the new subscribers, members, people who watch the shorts and all that beautiful stuff. It should be fine right now, Christoph. It should be just fine. Let me know if is it, it should be better. It should be better. Yeah, today is not professional at all. It has a very improvisational tone to it, if you didn't figure this out yet. But it has a lot of valuable information, so that's the most important part. You're back now. Yeah, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. All right, so let's do PG. Let's do PG. No, we don't want that. We want PG. Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble. Looks very neatly tied with the market, and I think we're gonna have another sort of down. Well, actually, it still is moving. Okay, so this seems to be moving into this sort of wedge-like formation, and then eventually breaking out, if not already after this, or maybe even already as is. Let's see what we can see about it. It already is in oversold territory on the monthly. Our 3 month is starting to break down, as you can see, right below the 50 range, which means it stays in bear territory, in bear land. So, yep, you are gonna be dropping. How far, how soon? I would be looking at around 150. Given 149 in this range and all of that, it's probably gonna be powerful as all hell. So just that one area is gonna be interesting for you. So that's your current prediction. Then subsequently test, 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 maybe move into this wedge-like formation, right? Kind of that sort of thing. Da, 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 and then break down with the rest of the market. Because I would argue that this is just the beginning of you actually getting bearish, which, as I suspected, there you go. You're now crossing that bearish territory into bearland, and your divergence here signifies that you're going to have a lot more bearish momentum going downwards from here on out. Once complete, once you complete this retest of this basically what is the ceiling right now, and it also seems to have some sort of um, um, a head and shoulders like formation that's going to happen here that we're already starting to identify. It's going to be so fun to be so vindicated when all these things will go soon. Mike, give me a second.
Give me half a second. We're gonna get to Palantir. Absolutely. As you can see, I have Palantir on the screen. By the way, these are the nearby levels. As you can see, I broke these down for my community and posted them a couple of weeks ago. So all my community members will be aware of the short-term trading levels. As you can see, this is where they are. You can kind of see a map of all of them, right? You can see where all the interference areas happen. And so I posted my community was completely aware of these support resistance levels. And so what happened here on the back end of things, whether these levels being retested back and forth is not abnormal to them. Following the channel, it all has a methodology. If you want to know more, join my community where I teach and educate and lecture. You will not lose by joining this community. You will have only everything to gain from it. You will learn that the market is not random, in fact, very, very precise. Technical analysis is not a rain dance. It's a very accurate, if you want to call it system, methodology, science, whatever you want to call it. You can ask the students here. There's obviously a reason why we have all these beautiful testimonials coming in. And just recently from Yohanan, thank you very much, my brother from another mother, a great student as well. Stonks here, Gary E. You have our famous Polinka, of course. Brad, I can't wait to see you back when you are done with the diaper duty, at least for a little while. Understand you're busy. Love you much. Miss you a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Also, Tech Invest, I miss you. You goddamn beautiful legend. Mustang Mama handling things here like a legend. Leo, absolutely beautiful. Thank you for all your support and help without you, probably without be like without legs. Chris here is an amazing member as well, going through the academy. So as you can see, the testimonials, Mircha, Alex, again, Tech Invest right there, and plenty more that are not showing up right now. Yeah, so I teach how to do proper technical analysis one-on-one. There are currently only 2 spots. If you want to know more, join in the community. Pretty simple. You go right here, and then you go right here into the need help or the support, depending which one you see, depending on how connected you are. You just see Academy application. You click on it, the red button with the star. Pretty simple, and then you apply. Just talk to me, and I'll be more than happy to give you details about the one-on-one academy, which is basically running out of spots, only 2 spots left. And if taken or not, will be locked very, very, very shortly, probably within the following week or two. We'll see exactly how that's gonna pan out or work out. For the time being, let's continue talking about the market. Palantir. Mike, you want to see Palantir? Palantir. We are seeing Palantir. Palantir. Palantir is moving downwards in an obvious channel right here. That's the 5 minutes. We are having kind of a corrective moment right there. So probably a retest of that resistance, potentially some slippage. It's not going to be that abnormal. Retesting that resistance at 136. Very, very normal behavior. So that is potentially what we're going to see here. Still basically retesting some of that area, that channel, if you will, that artificial channel that's been created between 136 and 133. What else? What else? What else? We have our 30 minutes. 30 minutes is very, very bearish. It's kind of slipping into our body of the stochastic RSI, implying that you're going to be becoming more and more bearish as you get closer to that 50 range. And once you cross it, you are into bear land, which means everything and anything that happens right here implies an acceleration of downwards pressure. And guess what? This time around, it's not going to be for shits and giggles. It's going to be the serious thing. We're probably going to be starting to correct back down to around 119 fairly shortly. So 120 inbound. $120, right? Palantir, TLTR, don't say I didn't say so, right? 120, 120. Do I hear 120? Do I hear 110? Do I hear 100? Do I hear 100? No, but all jokes aside, this is going to be moving downwards slowly. Let's see if we have confirmation. Yes, once the momentum starts breaking down, of course, we're going to start moving downwards. What is all that beautiful stuff that we have right here? Of course, more confirmation for that very same thing. Momentum is coming to an end. running hot for a little bit, and then the engine needs to go for a cooling period. Once it goes for cooling period, it of course goes into the body of the stochastic, reaching our 50 area. Jesus, can it stop please being annoying? And then reaches the 50 area right there. Kind of probably usually shows some entanglement, just as we see right here in this example. We test while we're slowly sliding downwards and downwards and downwards. And when we are complete, we're basically at 120, right? We are probably going to slide even lower, which below the 50 range will yield us probably that $100 Palantir. Yes, Greg just said it, boys and girls. You just heard it correct. We are inbound for $100 on Palantir again. Don't say later, Greg didn't say so. Again, don't say Greg did not say so. Okay? Just saying. Just saying, just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So I did say that. Now, don't say I did not warn. To inquire about Greg's TA course, absolutely. Go join our Discord. Discord is a wonderful platform. This is Discord. Those who wonder what is this thing that I've been showing off, it is Discord. This is my Discord. This is Tom's Discord. We have plenty of amazing Discords. This is Tom's. Tom's has his own academy, which is absolutely phenomenal. Teaches you fundamental analysis, teaches you how to go through the numbers of the company, understand what they're truly worth, what they're spending, what they're making, in what progression and process where they're going, basically, in the numbers. And I teach technical analysis when it comes to the charting. I teach how to do proper technical analysis, how to go over the chart, exactly what we're doing here, how to do it on your own, how to be an expert, and how to predict this various moves that I'm doing right, just as I'm doing right now, but for yourself, and not to be dependent on the various talking heads on Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox News, blah, blah, woof, woof. All of it is trash. It is fucking trash. It's there to pollute your mind. Do not listen to it. Do your own analysis. Be an adult. That's how it should be done. Adults do not rely on others. Adults make their own mind, make their own analysis, make their own measurements. Right? So this is what we do in the community. It's a data-driven analysis community. We are very serious and we've been doing this for a very long time and very well, and the community is growing, and you're missing out because you're not learning, and you screw up again and again and again and again. You wonder why. It's because you do not know how to speak the market's language. You do not understand the charts. You do not see what the market is showing and signaling and yelling at us at times, and we're just ignoring it. In fact, it's very, very obvious and very, very clear to read if you know what tools and how to use them. This is exactly what I teach in the academy. Okay, now that I've done yapping about that, let's go back to normal. We were saying which can still come, Michael's, where you say $30 Palantir. I am saying that it will come. Yes, Michael, it will come. It is all a process. It is a very long process. Those who do not have the guts or the metal to to endure this process, and they find this nauseating, and they cannot endure, this is not for them. And I warned and I said this is ain't for the children. It ain't for the weak people. Train hopping is bad. Jumping from assets to asset to try and capitalize on $30 here, there, it is a bad idea. You'll get caught up in the shitstorm, and then you're going to be asking yourself within a year from now, how the hell did I find myself in that shitty situation? Well, because you were not paying attention, or you didn't have the skill set to analyze and identify these things in the first place. Now, now. What else? What else? Stickers, boys and girls. We have at least 10 more minutes of this nonsense, of this unprofessional nonsense that I'm doing here. I hope you enjoyed today. That was just a blast for me. I mean, I'm just having a blast going, crazy on this live. Um, Hopefully plenty more to come. I know, boys and girls, I was so busy and you were desperate for me to give more information, but those who don't know, that's exactly the whole shtick in the community on the Discord. I was giving information, I was sharing, I was talking, I was analyzing, I was giving all sorts of information, which I'm not gonna disclose right now because it was in the, well, Market Talk. When you look at the Market Talk stuff, We were, of course, doing the rain dance to make the market go down. Apparently, somebody was not dancing in rhythm. Grant, that's you. I know. Grant, stop. It's all you. You need to be dancing in rhythm, motherfucker. That's all you. It's all your fault. No, just kidding. Grant, love you much. Now, all jokes aside, as you can see, I've been warning and saying and warning about these very same levels and everything and all that beautiful stuff. And whether it's plug, by the way, which we have been experiencing quite a decent rally with it, and we've been preparing for it for a long time, and people were whining and how long are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, we're not. It takes time. Grow the fuck up. Now, what else? Yeah, so as you can see, SPX RSI was basically informing, keeping the community up to speed. They were fully aware, and we had other things that I'm not going to disclose because it's IP right there. It's yeah. So I'm not gonna. You need to be a member in the community to know all the secrets that are hidden inside this Discord. There's plenty of secrets, treasures, in fact, and skills. Yes, great skills. Now let's go back to the chats. Promise I'll start that. Some of us not dancing. Guys, we all need to be dancing in rhythm, otherwise the market will not go down. We'll be just, wasting our time. Right, all right. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, because I haven't been screwing up. Tesla as well. If you remember, Tesla, by the way, we were saying how Tesla will be dancing around 300, 333. And, well, if you look at this, we're gonna in fact show you the levels at which we ended up crossing and playing around in the recent session. In fact, if you can see on the screen, it was actually showing that this is exactly what it's going to look like. You see from far away, I was saying. And yeah, we exactly got that. And well, guess what? The market is now testing 314, which let's see how accurate I got that prediction just the other day. Just yesterday, we were testing 300 again. Is it obvious? No. Well, in case you are not sure whether technical analysis is a real thing and actually works, well, let's look at this interesting formation that is hidden right there. So you tell me, what do you think? Does the market care about technical analysis or not? I would argue it does. And in fact, the deeper you go, the more damn accurate it gets to the point where it's impossible to ignore. And so if you are aware of these things and understand how the momentum works, exactly like I said, what I teach in the community, all of this is open and visible to you far in advance. As you can see, I've predicted these moves. You can literally watch videos of mine lives 4 months ago. I predicted this very behavior 4, 5 months ago. Look back, you'll find it during around February, March, right here, when we're still on our way down. I was already saying that, and we were entirely testing this area, and everybody was screaming, that says the market is going to go up in flames, and I was the only bull around hilariously. Although the one that is holding the bearish position, I was saying that's exactly what's going to pan out, and guess what? Technical analysis for the win, boys and girls. Technical analysis for the win. All right. Now that is Tesla. So we've covered a whole bunch of stuff today. I am still behind on my Microsoft video. What is Microsoft doing? Microsoft, I mean, come on, guys. It's going to do the very same thing that the rest of the market does. And I mean, come on. Come on. Like we don't know what's going to happen. We know exactly what's going to happen. Be prepared, boys and girls. The rest of the market, your asset, your individual precious asset, cannot float above the water. If the tsunami comes and it takes out the entire market, guess what? Your precious asset goes to shit with everything else. And for example, Microsoft, that means, for example, the closure of this gap, which means roughly around the areas of 400. There you go. I've made the prediction. Don't say I didn't warn you and tell you that the market will be going down. Down, 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 down. Down like so. To roughly around what is 400. I get it? No, I missed it. I'm an idiot. Idiotto. All right. There we go. So this is where we're headed. This is where we're headed. Let's remove all that junk so we don't mess up and we can see really what I was trying to say there down the line. We're gonna look at this. All right, now that makes sense to everyone. Of course, there probably will be entanglement right here. Do not forget there is entanglement, retest, and then things. So that completely makes sense right there for us. Okay, I see dividends is coming up. You have a dividend coming up right there very soon, shortly. On August right there, kinda, it seems, right? Am I right? Am I getting it right there? Right, 21st of August. 21st of August, very just what is that? 8 days shy away from my birthday. My birthday is on the 29th of August and the 30th. I celebrate 2 days because I was born in midnight, in the middle of between the two. And plus, that's because how I am. I just have 2 days dedicated to my birthday. The level of grandeur, right? It's just the level of insanity. But I will be busy. I will be busy. Heads up. Don't ask me why am I busy? Because I have a birthday on the 29th of August. There you go. You heard it here. Also, those who don't know, the community announcement was that I'm going back home on the 7th of this month. Basically, I'm going home in no time. I'll be back home around Monday or Tuesday. Well, not, it's gonna be Monday night, Israeli time. So Tuesday, maybe if I'll be completely back to full strength and all that, I'll be doing lives and all that crap. But worst case scenario, Wednesday, probably gonna be in full swing, back to normal, and definitely, absolutely by the end of next week, which is by the 11th. I'm back in full swing, whether it's academy lessons, whether it's lives, whether it's meetings, members exclusive, ad free stuff, all of that in full swing. Thank you, nannies. Thank you. You are a beautiful legend. Thank you so much. I appreciate your wishes. That always gives a nice warm feeling. Um, what else? What else? What else? Christoph, what were you saying there, Christoph? Sing. I can dance. I can talk only about me. Sing. Oh yeah. I know the song. Very old one. What is that? What's the name of the what? How did he call himself? Damn it! At the time, he had like a name for Millennium, or something like that. It's like something like a something that was cool back then, right? What was it? Fuck, my brain doesn't work now. Nvidia. Okay, Mike, out of the blue there. Let's do Nvidia real quick before I go. Let's do Nvidia. Mm, it looks like Nvidia gone bananas. Nvidia gone bananas. Just like the market. Isn't that surprising? Bananas. I was predicting it to go down, just like I predicted the market to do, which basically this is relating to how the market was meant in my mind to work out, and we ended up going higher. So I screwed up. Um, Let's see. Let's see. It still doesn't change the overall picture, and here we're getting the very same structure, the very same thing that I said. The market, look, Nvidia is really tied to the market. And so here you're getting again that double top bull trap. The market will start giving soon, and pizdets. And once market gives pizdets, well, everything goes pizdets together, all with it. Right? It's like a market when the SPX, the indices, which means the various assets go together to hit, everything else goes to get with it. All right, cool. Right, that is that. What else? 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 Nothing, I guess. That's all I wanted to do for today. And we're coming up to an end of an hour, so that was a good live. I think I made up for some lost time. The thesis did not change, boys and girls. Those who know, if anything would have changed, I would have warned you and would have told you that something changed, then you need to be looking out for, be worried out, worried for this and that. You know I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Of course, it's kind of like I really use this analogous just recently. It's like when you were learning how to drive, if the driving instructor does not tell you anything, doesn't tell you left or right in an intersection, that means just go forward, meaning nothing has changed. Just continue on the path. things are as they were. And yes, we just got a little higher. That's all. That's all. The cycle is inevitable and it's been in the works for so long. If you think this little, in between dynamic can change anything, I mean, come on. Come on, be realistic. Be realistic. Plug is going to be fun. Plug maybe going to be having some trouble right here on our weekly, but Plug is just getting pluggier and pluggier. So get ready, things are going to get real fun with Plug, I think, over time. I'm just accumulating, which by the way, for some reason I forgot to, well, not forgot, I forgot to repost really. Now that I've realized that I've had an issue with the original post, I am now holding 1700 as triple Q and 3000 Plug. So I bought 200 more of that and 200 more of that, or 300 more of Plug. I don't remember which one I had, like 2700 or something. But anyway, now I have 3000, I think. If my memory serves me well, I will post my updated positions in the Greg's positions directory. Those who don't know, I even posted that. I inform my community. Yeah, it was 2800, and so now it's 3000, and this one is 1700. So yeah, all of that is to be posted as well and up to date soon. I forgot. My apologies. Had an issue with the message, no connection, it didn't come through. Now, that's it. I wish everyone a happy 4th of July. Have a blast, have fun. Tomorrow we don't have market. My brain didn't work, and yeah, today was the half day. And then I'll see you, I guess, then on Monday, on the 7th, we have market. Yes, market should be marketing on the 7th. No surprises on the marketing. So those who don't know, again, bringing you back onto the screen, join the community, join the Discord, patreon.com/investory. It is a highly valuable community. And by the way, another important thing you can do for yourself when you are here, you can click this one little thingy that changes and gives you 20% off. And instead of paying $60 a month, it's $48 a month. And instead of being $30 a month, it's only $24 a month, which grants you access to the Discord, which is 100% private. And you get access to various meetings, activities, and all that fun stuff that I just mentioned we have on the Discord. That's not the one-on-one academy. The one-on-one academy is a separate thing, which, by the way, when you do get the one-on-one academy, you get all these perks and then some, and basically a lifetime membership for Discord without needing to pay ever for Patreon. Okay, just to be clear about things. Yeah, so our academy members, our one-on-one academy members, not the advanced tier, the one-on-one academy members, right? The academy graduates, if you will, the academy students are still in the process. The academy graduates, these people, they all have lifetime memberships on the Discord and the community and access forever and ever. That's it, boys and girls. Love you all, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now. Yes, here are the links, by the way, in the chat. In the chat and in the description, absolutely follow what Nanny's just posted. Follow these links, and you will join the community. Love you all.